Good morning, I'm Sharad Kuttan and welcome to BFM's Morning Headlines. We're looking at the newspapers and the front pages, but the front pages are all the same this morning. It is the Cameron Highlands tragedy, the TNB floodgates that had to be opened, that took the lives of 3 people. One person remains missing. Some 100 cars were damaged and so were about 80 homes. So, but I guess the ultimate, the final cost on this tragedy will be known only in a couple of weeks. We'll also look forward to knowing exactly why TNB had to open those floodgates and whether the standard operating procedures were well established in the minds of the community that lived around the floodgates, so they knew exactly how to respond in a disaster. But have a look at some of the front pages. Now, this is the Malay Mail. It goes with a Pan Dam disaster. It's very difficult, I imagine, writing headlines of this. Washed away, some popular culture reference there. 1 hour of terror. This 1 hour of terror is really an attempt to give the drama and what must have been a terrifying situation for those people in the community. We didn't hear the dam siren. Again, a bit of a pun there. Much more prosaic and straightforward headlines. There you have Impangan Melimpah. That means the dam overflowed. Tragedy, Cameron Highlands, and Tsunami Bukit. Now, okay, so that's the front pages. We could dispense with this very easily, but there are some things that are happening inside the newspapers. The Star actually continues reports on the tragedy that befell a 15-year-old girl involved in the cosplay community. Now, if we turn the pages to that, it's a very interesting story that continues to have a look at a very small subculture in the Klang Valley. The people involved in this comics, anime, or rather anime, comics and games community, the ACG, are very concerned that they don't get tagged with this culture, that people don't think that somehow murder is part of what they're about. But of course, it also was reported in the Star that there have been reports of sexual harassment within the community. I guess that's to be expected of any human community. When people get together, there will always be tensions and things need to be negotiated. So that's that story. The NST does cover or does signal that tomorrow we look forward to the verdict in the PKFZ case. That is the case involving former Cabinet Minister Tun Dr. Ling Leong Sek. He was charged with misleading Cabinet on the land purchase involved in the Port Klang Free Zone project. Now, that's tomorrow. Also in the papers, the Gerakan Party goes to the polls to determine its leadership and whether its fate can be snatched from the jaws of irrelevance. Also in the papers, discussion happened in Parliament involving an UMNO MP, Noor Omar, who says that the push for LGBT rights by certain groups in the run-up to the Universal Periodic Review process happening this evening actually will in fact lead to religious strife. It's trying to impose values on the Malaysian Muslim community, and that's going to lead to tensions. Now, I guess the question for us to ask is, if Malaysia wants to play a bigger role at the UN and globally, will it have to play by international standards? We have to, as a society, make a decision on that. Otherwise, we're going to be caught between our ambitions to play internationally and on the one hand, and on the other, our demands that our context makes us exceptional and that we don't have to play by the rules. So we have to make a decision. Also to note that in 2009, Malaysia adopted 62 recommendations made by other countries, rejected some 22 recommendations, and reserved comment on 19 recommendations. This is part of the process. You can watch it on the internet today. But for now, thank you very much for joining us. That's BFM's headlines for the morning. Please send us your comments. We look forward to it. I'm Sharad Kuttan for BFM 89.9.